This is the news on PBCJ. I am Simone Absalom. There are reports that the ongoing collaboration between government and opposition over security issues could lead to legislative changes, as both sides have been meeting since the opposition last month voted against an extension of the states of emergency. National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang says there are many communities which require heightened security presence, and the collaboration will assist in determining the best approach. The opposition People's National Party's spokesman on national security, Fitz Jackson, is accepting that there may be consensus on major areas of concern. He told RJR, quote, "In areas where there was the state of emergency and there was no zones of special operation, like St. Catherine North, we would not be opposed to giving support to a ZOZO there is necessary. If the objective conditions exist, we need to have the ZOZO in other areas, then it is something that we will consider," end quote. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has cautioned that failure to reach an agreement on how to secure the nation could result in the erosion of economic gains. He was making reference to the opposition People's National Party's refusal to support a further extension of the states of emergency. The Prime Minister was speaking last Wednesday's official opening of the data entry building number 7 at Montego Bay Free Zone in St. James. Mr. Holness is quoted in the press saying, "Investors are looking on, saying, well, what I will do is I will come to Jamaica for the beach, but I will go elsewhere for the investment," end quote. Jamaica is ranked 75 among 190 economies in the ease of doing business. That's according to the latest World Bank annual ratings. Ease of doing business in Jamaica averaged 77.09 from 2008 until 2018, reaching an all-time high of 94 in 2013 and a record low of 65 in 2015. The data entry building number 7 will, among other things, create opportunities for approximately 15,000 new jobs when fully occupied. The Ministry of Education, Youth and Information is finalizing development of the proposed National School Nutrition Policy. That's the word from Education Minister Senator Ruel Reid. He says work to develop the policy, which aims to promote healthy eating and physical activity in schools, particularly among students, was initially slated for completion this month. Senator Reid said the policy seeks to improve the nutritional status of children and support their long-term physical and psychosocial development. Additionally, he said it forms part of the government's broader approach to promoting healthy choices in and out of school for children and youth by equipping them with the requisite knowledge and skills to make better decisions regarding diet and physical activity. The minister was speaking at a forum on sugars, other carbohydrates and fats, their contribution to obesity, and effective solutions at the Spanish Court Hotel in New Kingston on January 11. Almost a decade since the translation of the Bible's New Testament into Jamaican Creole, Wycliffe Caribbean Bible Translators has announced that the first 39 books of the Bible, collectively known as the Old Testament, is also to be translated into the local vernacular. The Patois Bible is due for completion in 2026, according to a recent release. In making the announcement last Wednesday, John Rooms, Chief Executive Officer of Wycliffe Bible Translators, said this latest decision in response to demand from the reading public that the entire text of the Bible be translated to Patois. He was speaking at the Wycliffe Bible Translation Conference held at the Knutsford Court Hotel in Kingston. Miss Universe Jamaica 2014 finalist Zandria Bailey has died after a protracted battle with lupus. Bailey, who was 29 years old, died Sunday morning in New York Hospital, where she had been admitted for the past several weeks. She was diagnosed with lupus in 2012. In 2014, Bailey lost her mother to lupus, and that same year she emerged as a finalist in the Miss Universe Jamaica pageant. In regional news, several countries in the region were rocked by a magnitude 3.4 earthquake early Sunday. The United States Geological Survey reports that at 7:29 a.m. local time, the tremor affected the British Virgin Islands, Dominica, Saint Martin, Guadeloupe, Montserrat, Puerto Rico, St. Kitts and Nevis, U.S. Virgin Islands, Antigua and Barbuda, Anguilla, and St. Bartholomew. The USGS reports that the earthquake was located 78 kilometers north-northeast of Road Town in British Virgin Islands, with a depth of 88 kilometers. There were no immediate reports of injuries or damage. The Barbados government has put a temporary freeze on borrowing, even as it reported an improvement in the island's economic position. According to Minister in the Ministry of Economic Affairs, Marcia Cadell, quote, "Over the next 4 years, the Barbados government will not borrow any new funds. To put the impact of that into context, over the past 4 years, the government of Barbados has borrowed almost $2 billion. That's $2 billion of new Barbadian savings that were drawn into and trapped by government debt," end quote. Cadell, speaking at the 2019 planning conference for the Barbados Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, said the island's debt had already declined from near 170% of gross domestic product in May last year to 124% this year. In sports, representatives of sports association in Jamaica benefiting from 60 days of specialized training and competition in the People's Republic of China have welcomed the initiative, which is being facilitated under a technical cooperation agreement between the two countries. More than 400 local athletes will travel to China for training over 3 years, following the signing of a memorandum of understanding in August 2017. And presentation of letters of exchange 2 months later. A total of 138 athletes, coaches, and managers from 7 disciplines traveled to China in the summer of 2018 for initial engagements. The disciplines represented were badminton, synchronized swimming, women's football, swimming, women's basketball, and volleyball, as well as gymnastics. That's the news on PBCJ. I'm Simone Absalom. Pleasant viewing.